Welcome to WKRP Montrose, a radio station masquerading as a podcast about Montrose, Colorado and the Western Slope, recording live from the Clear Network studio in downtown Montrose, Colorado. WKRP Montrose, Colorado. I'm going to change it up. You guys already know. We're at a point now, there's enough of you watching, although Rob contests that.
Always. Go on.
There's enough of you watching. Do I need to announce? Like, we just did the intro. I don't need to do it again. So I need a new opening is what I'm saying. You guys should call 970-316-3162 or go check out the website. We had a new redesign, WKRPmontrose.com.
Yep.
And leave us a message. Tell me, give me a new, hey, give your shot at a new opening. What's the, give me a tagline.
Nope.
What should I say?
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
I don't want input from the public. This is ours.
See, you got a chuckle out of the guest already.
You take input from me.
Oh, here he goes.
And that is where the buck stops, my friend.
How many?
This is not a democracy.
How many of you out there believe this charade that Rob has going, that he's in control?
I okayed the website update.
I have the buttons. You've already called me the monkey.
Hang on. Can I? We had a notification on Facebook.
Okay.
From somebody.
Ruh-roh.
No, it's okay. It's Annie. So thanks, Annie.
Okay.
Friend-ish.
Friend of the show.
Her Facebook post tagged us, and this is interesting and somewhat humorous.
Okay.
Which I'll take that every day of the week.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
This is interesting
Facebook post.
and somewhat humorous.
Facebook page says, so she goes on to, it's not a huge post, but I like the fact that she thinks we're somewhat humorous. I think it's hilarious and what we do. I love it. But
well, somewhat humorous means they chuckled. You got the guest to chuckle already.
I don't know how much she watched. That's the problem.
Well, according to statistics, right? Like at least 3 minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Annie.
Of 47.
It's interesting and somewhat humorous. I'm going to put that on a T-shirt.
Right.
That
might be the new tagline.
That's a compliment.
That could be the tagline of WKRP.
And somewhat humorous. Anyway,
somewhat humorous.
I thought that was somewhat humorous, Annie. Actually, your post. So
you got a chuckle out of it as well.
I did.
All right. Well, so obviously we have a large personality and a happy person with us. He might be able to speak faster than you and I.
I imagine he can.
He has the ability.
Yeah.
So
and we'll get a little taste out of him in a minute.
So since our guest doesn't have a complicated pronunciation of names, are you going to announce it this time?
No, I still think you got it in you to get it wrong. I have no faith, but go on.
Let's welcome Don Martin, realtor, auctioneer, rancher extraordinaire.
I haven't had a ranch for a while, but yeah.
You got a big family though too.
I do.
Yeah. So how long have you been here in Montrose, Colorado?
So coming up on 5 years.
Oh,
okay.
So you're a
newbie.
My wife's a native.
Okay.
So that's how we got here.
Well, wait. Let's define native. She was born here.
She was born and raised here.
Okay.
Right.
And then left for a period of time, and in 2020, COVID and all the things were going on, and her dad was in failing health, and she said, I got to be home with Dad. So we sold our house in Castle Rock and moved over here with the idea of going back after he passed. But he passed a couple of years after we moved here, and which she got to spend, every day with him. Yeah. So it was awesome that we were here. And after he passed, she says, well, what are we doing? I said, I'm not going anywhere. I love it here. So we decided to stay, and we're here forever.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a better view of the mountains than you guys did in Castle Rock.
Absolutely.
We certainly have better traffic than you have in Castle Rock.
I get a kick out of the locals that complain about traffic.
Yeah, right?
Like, seriously, go to Salt Lake or go to Denver, and then tell me how bad this is.
Exactly.
I used to have this idea of a marketing campaign for Montrose, like, when it seemed like there was a bigger draw to try to bring more tourism here. And we can talk about that too. Mm-hmm. But and my thought was, could we just put a shot of, the light on Townsend facing past the North City Market into the mountains,
right,
and put it on 25,
right, and
go the Colorado you were promised.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Like, because I so many people that I know in the Denver, Boulder, Castle Rock area that are like, I absolutely love walking outside of my house and seeing the mountains. I love the area that we're in. The second I have to get in my car, I can't stand it.
Different deal. That's right.
Well, if you do ever action that plan,
Uh-huh.
don't do it under the banner of WKRP because you're going to be public enemy number one.
Right. Yeah.
If you
People will
try
be pissed.
to actively attract people to come and live here now.
Yeah.
I'm not a gatekeeper, but you'll have a target on your back for sure if you do that.
They'd
Well-
rather see a closed sign or full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently occupied.
hey,
That's right.
Which we're not. In terms of business and stuff, I think Montrose is still a good place to come and open a business. But
Well, this is all valid conversations because we're going to talk about you're part of an organization called Big.
Yep.
Businesses intentionally grown.
Yes.
I mean, are there any businesses accidentally grown?
Well, sometimes I guess I don't know.
well, I guess some people you can stumble into it, right? You can have a successful business without actually trying that hard.
I guess that's a good point. People have discovered that they were good at something or
Yeah.
wanted to do something that they didn't see themselves doing before.
Well, or businesses are not intentional and don't survive. We have we've got a lot of businesses in Montrose on Main Street, especially that come and go because maybe they didn't. Well, some of them clearly didn't know what they were doing, but they weren't intentional about it. They thought, I'll open the doors and people will come in, and that's not really.
They
how
field
it
of dreams
happens.
it.
Exactly.
They Kevin Costnered it.
Yeah, and
Friend of the
that's-
show.
That film, that movie has ruined a lot of businesses, I bet, because people have that build it and they will come
Mentality?
and they don't.
No.
Do you guys play that as the initial opening to the
We should. Yeah.
that clip?
To each meeting,
each meeting?
stand up and recite some kind of a couple of lines from Field of Dreams. But well, tell us a little bit about Big.
Before we get into Big, tell us more about you.
Okay.
So how did you meet your wife and
So you're from Castle Rock originally?
No.
No. All right.
Actually, and that's another thing I laugh at local people when they complain about the weather.
No.
I'm like, seriously? I'm from Minnesota.
Ah.
Oh, I heard it then.
We have weather.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was a couple buddies and I came out to the stock show in Denver for the rodeo and the cattle shows and horse shows and all the things that is great about the stock show. And I just had a chance meeting with my wife, and I was kind of at that time in my life, I was becoming an empty nester. My babies, my twin girls, were just graduating that year, and I was having my third surgery on my shoulder, and so I had some time off. So we started dating, and I fell in love with her and fell in love with Colorado, and I said, I'm coming. Let's go. So I moved out here in 2014.
Well, what's not to fall in love with Colorado?
For
I
sure.
mean, we got a lot of what Minnesota has. Minnesota,
yeah, you betcha.
You betcha. Except for the lakes,
Yeah,
So
I do miss my lakes. I still fish here a lot, but I miss my lakes.
Do you
But
ice
the
fish?
Walleyes, I miss walleyes. My wife still can't get that through her head, but yeah, I love to ice fish.
I can understand why somebody might not get ice fishing.
Oh, I don't get it.
It's
Some of the
cold.
shacks now are like a motorhome on ice.
yeah,
I mean, you can sleep out there, watch TV. Well, the Packer guys, they got to watch their Packers, and of course, I got to watch the Vikings. But yeah,
So do you have a fancy shack?
I don't. I would invite myself to other friends that had them.
That's the smart way to do it.
I tell you what, so the Minnesota Vikings had a recent inductee into the Hall of Fame.
If you watch that was amazing.
His speech was probably one of my favorite speeches that I've heard in a while.
I agree.
It
was awesome.
He based. Remind me of the player's name. It was
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. He's defensive end, right?
Yeah.
So he big man, beast of a guy.
Can you see I'm glazing over here?
And he
Hold
wears
on
a
just a
cowboy
second.
hat,
Just
too, so he's a good guy.
just bear with me for a second. So he got up there. He's accepting a speech to get into the Hall of Fame of football. Rob, not football, but football.
Is that the one where you throw the ball?
Yeah, it's where you throw the ball.
Okay.
You don't use your feet.
I'm glad we cleared
Well,
that.
you kick the field goal eventually, but so the great thing about Jared's speech was he was saying, "Hey, listen," he was talking to his family and saying, "Hey, I couldn't have done this without you, without my teammates, but ultimately, if this is what I'm remembered by, I failed greatly."
That's right.
He was like, I want to be remembered from you as my legacy. Talking to his family, his children,
good
his daughters,
husband
as a
and
good
great
husband,
dad.
a good
Right.
father.
That's good.
And so I thought, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, after you finish watching this, go Google it. It's a really good.
Go now if you want. It's fine.
You can, hit pause, go Google it, come back. Open another tab.
No, I like that. That's a good.
It was really
an
good.
Admirable kind of way to phrase it, I think.
Yeah.
So, as you do more than one thing, you're a realtor. You're part of this organization.
You wear many hats.
Indeed.
They're all cowboy hats.
They're all cowboy hats. No, not all. I got baseball caps too.
Do you have oh, here we go. Do you like country music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like both kinds.
That's where we were going. Are you country cowboy hat or country baseball hat?
Country cowboy hat.
Okay.
The old school.
George Strait. We're talking.
Sir.
Yeah.
The
all right.
King.
Hank Williams.
Some of the new stuff is fine, though, right? The baseball cap country, and I guess
I can think of one or two.
You're a purist, though, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right.
Clint Black. I could see you being a Clint Black fan.
Absolutely.
So do you have your work cowboy hats and your going out cowboy hats?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Or at this stage in life, are they all going out cowboy hats?
I think I have about 20.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's a collection.
More boots probably than hats.
Boots and hats.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. That's got to come in. If you're also an auctioneer.
I am.
Do you have to wear the cowboy hat when you're auctioneering?
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of have to, right? It's got to be part of the uniform.
Yep.
How does one get into being an auctioneer?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. So when my kids were growing up, we rodeoed a lot in horse shows and all the things, and I was a rodeo announcer. And my best friend, Jim Brown, his son was born a cowboy, wanted to be a cowboy, but he was very timid around animals because he got dinged up a little bit on a horse. And I said, hey, we're going to be up at Elk River this weekend for a youth rodeo. And my kids are in it. You should bring Patrick up, and you and Kathy come, and having him around other kids would help him get over some of those fears.
Yeah.
And so they did. And it worked in that regard, amazingly. But anyway, Saturday night was the 3rd of July, and after the rodeo, Jim came to me and he says, man, you're amazing. Your voice, he says, you and your marketing skills that you have, you should be an auctioneer. I said, oh man, I tell you, I've always dreamt of that back when Mom had the old hi-fi and she had the record of Leroy Van Dyke, the auctioneer song. I said, I've always dreamed that. And then, of course, I go to horse sales all the time and cattle sales. And I said, I really would, but I said, I'm getting too old for that. And he said, no, he says, I'm just telling you, you really should do that. I said, whatever. And that was kind of the way it was left. The next day, the 4th of July, the first event is bareback, Bronx. And it was youth rodeo, so the two pickup men were out there. The youth, the kid rode the horse. The first pickup man got to him and helped him to the ground. And then after he put the cowboy on the ground, he turned his horse to go back to help bring the bronc around and out of the arena. Well, the other pickup man was already bringing the bronc back, and he turned and immediately was hit by that bronc. And we don't know if it happened right then or when he hit the ground, but he died right there in the arena.
Oh, no.
And, of course, then they had to bring, the crowd to a prayer and bring, 4th of July, so we had to wait for the coroner to get there. We couldn't move the body until the coroner got there. And, of course, he's on a lake somewhere, having a picnic or whatever. So, anyway, that was pretty traumatic, and it just made things click in my brain. Life's too short.
Yep.
The next day, Monday the 5th, I called and reserved my spot at the Worldwide College of Auctioneering.
Wow.
And went to school and became an auctioneer. That was 20 years ago.
There's a college for auctioneers?
Oh, there's a lot of them, yeah.
So, okay, what does day one of class look like in auctioneer college?
So day 2 was the first day I started drinking coffee, because we were in classroom from 7 in the morning, and the earliest we ever got out was 6 at night.
Wow.
And then we'd go practice or go to the adult entertainment section and have a couple beers or something. But It was a week-long school.
Okay.
And at least 12 hours a day.
Okay.
It was pretty intense, but it was awesome. It was the greatest experience.
So I got to ask, though, what kinds of things? Give us the top few things that you're actually taught on this course. Because
they go through the entire thing. Obviously, the chant.
Right.
Obviously, they give you drills. We did drills every morning. The Betty Botters. There's a whole tongue twister. I don't even know if I could do it anymore. But Betty Botter bought some butter and just really.
I was going to say, we'll find out. Yeah. Go ahead, try it. Sorry, I interrupted. Try one more time.
Betty Botter bought some butter. Butter's bitter. If she
bought the bitter's butter.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of bees.
So
anyway,
you must have done that, thousands of times.
Thousands of times.
Just repeating.
And then they have you work on numbers, because obviously auctioneering is all about numbers, and going up by $1, going up by $5, going up by 50 cents, going up, splitting a bid, all those things that you got to do on the fly. So we did drills of that every day as well.
Wow.
But they also and they brought in experts in the field, expert auctioneers that would help us and teach us different portions of it. The business side, the marketing, the setting up, everything that has to do with the auction business. They had a section on it. It was pretty intense and really good. So
you, as the auctioneer then, how involved are you? Like you're not just brought in to host the auction then? You got to know the items a little bit, I guess, or I don't know. You tell.
A little of each. Depends on which realm you're in. Like the car guys, they don't know nothing about the cars other than the price,
Right.
And if you want to hear a fast talker, those car guys make me look like I'm stuttering because they are speedy.
Were you talking about like the Ben Jackson's auctions and stuff like that?
Yeah, the car auctions that dealers go to.
Oh, got it.
Buy cars to put on their lots.
I mean, I've seen those.
There's
like,
one
you can
in
see
Denver.
them on TV.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen them on TV, which is a bizarre thing to see on TV. But.
And that's more of a specialty one, the Barrett Jackson stuff. And, those are specialty cars. But they have auctions just for, tourists, and they buy them and bring them back to their lots.
Have you done an auction here in Montrose or in the area?
Several. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Have they been around real estate or have they been around?
Both. I do real estate auctions, but all my real estate auctions are online.
Okay.
And then I do some personal property auctions, and again, those are online.
Or like an estate sale or anything like that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing one right now. We had an estate up in Eckert, and the kids and grandkids of the folks that had the estate sale, they're out of state and they just want somebody that would do everything. So I auctioned the property and then I auctioned the personal items. I just sent them into the bidding platform. There was 1,433 Barbie dolls.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. The grandma collected dolls from the 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up through.
You didn't auction them off individually?
No, it'll be an online auction.
Oh, okay. Got it. So,
but
that's a lot of dolls.
That is a lot of dolls. That's borderline hoarding. Like a little bit, right? Like, what do you do with 14?
I think if they're all the same or they have some value, it's collecting. If it's just newspapers, it's hoarding.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah, well, it depends.
It's semantics.
All right. That's an incredible.
So I'm excited to see what that one brings online. She also had Avon stuff, but in my research, I found there's really not a good market for that. But there is for the Barbie dolls.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. There are collectors out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that takes me down a whole rabbit hole that I don't think we can go. We can do the eBay thing. I could talk to you about.
Yeah.
I was one of those crazy people that ran an eBay store and had an eBay business and auction.
Beanie Babies.
Did she?
Oh, yeah. Everyone thought they were going to get rich off those Beanie Babies, right? But then it's Pokemon cards, like trading cards, generally speaking.
Yeah. That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I'm not. I'm the opposite, actually. I like to get rid of stuff. It kind of messes with my mind if there's too much clutter around.
Yeah.
So I like to get rid of stuff.
But the local online or the local in-person stuff that I do is all charity stuff, and I never charge for my services. I do. We're doing one next Thursday out at the Remingtons. They have a child trafficking event, and I'm the auctioneer for that. So that'll be exciting to first time I've worked with those folks.
All right. What's on the what's?
So is that like maybe for Dolphin House, or like do you know what the organization?
It's a national, and then they have a local chapter. So
okay,
yeah.
But they're gonna have an auction. What are we auctioning off?
I haven't got that yet. I was supposed to meet with her on a phone call today, but she had something come up. So
Okay.
I'll probably find that out on Friday. We rescheduled for.
Well, let's talk about big again. Let's circle back around to that. So business is intentionally grown. You got your group.
It's business.
Singular.
Yeah. Right. I think it's business intentionally grown.
Yep.
Not businesses.
Okay, so which one business are we intentionally growing?
No, it's not the business.
So it'd be businesses.
No. You are not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes you've got the accent, so I can't tell if you're talking English or not.
It's business in the general sense, not a specific business.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There it goes.
Singular, but inclusive.
Don't confuse yourself too much. Let's just agree that it's business intentionally grown
Businesses.
and move on.
And move up.
So tell us, how long have you been involved with? Well, Big isn't very old, right?
No, a couple of years is all. I was there shortly after they started up, not that long. Started going to it because I was new in town. When I moved here, the only people I knew were my wife's family.
Right.
So I needed to do some networking.
Right.
And somebody said, you got to come to Big. So I did, and I've been involved ever since, and I'm on the board now.
All right.
But yeah, we have meetings every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We're currently meeting at the association.
Okay.
And
it's a good spot to meet.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have also have once a month we have a dinner, and that's been held at the last few and next week is it Wednesday, I think, at the Stone House. We have a dinner luncheon for all the businesses.
Businesses.
Yes. See?
Plural.
This is okay.
I got it right.
This part is okay.
That's what he's saying.
You didn't get it right.
Okay. So
well, how many businesses are there as part of Big now?
You know what? I don't even know. A couple hundred.
you got 328, I think, on the Facebook group.
Okay.
328.
Yeah, 328 people that are part of the Facebook group.
All right. Well,
we typically have probably...
How many people show up to a meeting?
Summertime's a little bit light, but we'll have between 30 and 40 usually.
So, okay. Obviously understand the value of networking and getting to know the businesses. I mean, the show's called We Know Real People. So we get the idea of trying to get the message out. Yep. When you do a networking event, and I was looking like you guys fill out a little card when you show up to each meeting, right?
We have a sign-in sheet that especially that's mostly for the new people, so we get their contact information, their email, and their phone number and whatnot. So they fill that out. Everybody does, and then we have a section called business tips. One of us will give a business tips that can apply to any business, and then we have our speaker presenter for the week. That is somebody different each week, and they have 10 minutes to give a more elaborate explanation of what they do and promote their business to the group. And then everybody gets a chance. They have 45 seconds for their elevator pitch, short elevator pitch about what their business is, what they do, and then we tell them to have your ask for the week. For a realtor, I'm looking for a buyer of a $1.1 million acre with irrigation, blah, blah, blah. You kind of list it out. And so everybody gets that.
Okay.
And then there's kind of before and after, there's kind of a milling around and visiting and talking. And then we have a business card binder. Everybody's got business cards in there. So if you don't get it during the meet and greet, you can grab one out of there. And then while everybody's given that 45-second elevator pitch, there's sheets all around the room for referrals. Oh, that sparks something in my mind. I know somebody that's looking for a plumber. They need to call Mike over at Unrivaled.
All right.
Or whatever the deal is. And so then one copy comes to us, so we kind of keep track of stuff, and then one copy goes to whoever you want to refer to.
I like it. It seems to me though that so I'm looking at the website now. You have the elevator pitch, right? The flash presentations, 45 seconds.
Yep.
Seems like you might have a distinct advantage
to be able to take advantage of the 45 seconds.
You can cram in 10 times as much as other people in 45 seconds, I think.
Well, maybe, but I catch a lot of flack because I like to go over my 45 seconds because I got a lot to say, apparently.
I thought you were going to go a different direction. I was thinking there's a huge missed opportunity here, in my opinion. Like, have everybody invite somebody to come to the meeting and then have you get up and auction off their services for everybody that's a part of the day.
There you go. We can do that too.
It seems so. The meetings it seems like they're about less than an hour. It says 55 minutes. Right? It's quite regimented. The website. Yeah. It's open networking from 8 a.m. to 8:05.
5 minutes.
8:07 to 8:10. Business tips. 3 minutes. 8:10 to 8:20. 8:25 to 8:50. 8:55 close. Done, and everyone's out the door.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got a business to get back to, right?
Before 9, everyone's on their way to their day jobs. But,
that's why the luncheons are kind of nice because some people can't get there during the 8 to 9 o'clock time frame, and so lunchtime is a little easier to get to for some folks.
So obviously, it seems to be a success, and you've stuck with it from pretty much the beginning.
Yep.
Where do you think? Where does it go next? How does big become bigger?
We actually just bigger, biggest,
larger.
We actually had a couple of meetings already, but we had one just this afternoon at lunch. We're trying to put together for this fall where we bring in a kind of a national speaker about business to help all businesses, and so we want to try to ramp it up and do that kind of event at least once a year. We're looking at maybe twice a year to bring somebody in from the outside, that kind of paid speaker that would do all things, and then we'll have like a mini expo kind of thing with booths and that kind of thing.
And is there a cost associated with being part of Big?
There's not. That's where some of the networking groups, charge some of the bigger ones. I was involved with one on the Front Range, and that there was a fee or whatever, but we don't. You can sponsor. It costs us to have the meetings at the association, so you can sponsor a meeting day,
right?
And then you get an extra plug, and you get to do all the things. But other than that, no, and that's strictly voluntary. So other than that, no, there's no fees involved.
So there's no reason for people to not stop by, check it out if you're a business owner in Montrose. Yeah, why wouldn't you just...
Well, if you don't open before 9, there's no reason for you to not come check it out.
That's right.
Do you are these are the meetings like recorded or anything like that, or
they're
streamed?
Not. Okay. No, that might be something that we look at in the future. Yeah, but it's and speaking from a business person that just started, that was my reason to go there, is to network. It's extremely successful. I mean, everybody that goes there is like, man, we get business from just being
from the referrals.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's jump into your real estate side of things a little bit.
Well, let's do that.
Well, specifically, you've got a scholarship. Is that right?
I do. I just started it, and actually, your sponsor, Clear Networks, is.
You can just point. You can point up like there. You go. There you go. Bing.
Doug is a fan, and he's co-sponsoring one of the scholarships for me.
Doug, isn't he great?
He is.
He's great, isn't he? And Clear Networks, they're wonderful.
Great. We didn't. You know what? We've got to pause right now. We didn't do their spot.
This is what I'm
is what it is.
Segueing in.
Yeah.
I know subtlety's not your thing.
No.
That was the opposite. You just blew the whole game there.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's paying attention though. You should, if you don't have Clear Networks as your internet connection. Yeah. You probably aren't watching this, so I don't know what to tell you.
What are you thinking?
You're just streaming.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, no, you're probably sitting there waiting on the pinwheel.
Yeah, pinwheel's going.
Yeah, it's just happening. You're miserable.
So congratulations if you.
Yeah, you're not going to get to Google that Hall of Fame moment that we talked about either, because you probably can't get connected.
But you should probably go and get Clear Networks at your
100%
at your home or place of business.
Yeah, maybe use your cell phone, because your home internet connection is probably not as good. Yeah. So
until you get
call Clear Networks.
We love Clear Networks. Thank you for. Well, I don't know if thanks for continuing to help us put this. Whatever this is out into the world. It was your fault, essentially.
It is interesting and somewhat funny.
That's right.
Somewhat humorous. Which, again, I will take every time. So yeah.
All right. So back to the scholarships.
So I've been involved with rodeos forever. And I actually have my PRCA gold card. You get that after 20 years serving on a rodeo committee, or unless you're a world champion bull rider, which I'm not. But anyway,
you could, you know what? You didn't even have to say that last part. You could have just left it there. You could have just left it there and let people I gotta Google this guy. I gotta chat GPT this guy now, right? Like that's what they do. Anyway,
if they knew me, they would be more likely to believe I was a rodeo clown.
Okay. Hey, don't.
Hey,
let's not downplay the importance of the rodeo clown.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. But yeah, so I was being involved with rodeo committees. I was on the board of the Elizabeth Stampede forever. I'm still on the committee for Deadwood because I have a cabin up there. I can't be on the board because I don't live there, but I've been on that committee for almost 20 years. 20. I think this was my 20th year, but all these rodeos have scholarships, and I was the National Youth Outreach Director for ARC, which is the Association of Rodeo Committees, and they have scholarships, and I tried to get in a big one going there, and each rodeo had their own scholarship, so it was kind of an uphill battle. And so when I got here in Montrose, I started the idea, and this year I implemented it. I'm doing my own scholarships, and we're going to have it so that you get more favor as far as picking the scholarship. Award goes to someone who you get more points or favor if you are going into the trades. I'm 100% believer in the trades. Not everybody's smart enough to be an engineer, and AI is going to take away a lot of stuff, but they ain't going to take away a plumber or an electrician or a carpenter or or a welder. Here's
the thing that I don't think our younger viewership, if they're out there, and certainly on the video shorts, I know you guys are watching those. There's a lot of money to be made in the trades.
Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of people that have a extremely comfortable lifestyle because they're a plumber. They're an electrician, and here's the thing:
they don't have $250,000 worth of student loans.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So we have a great technical school in Delta.
Yep.
So I'm sorry I interrupted, but the idea that they get more favor, you're looking to have this scholarship go to somebody that's either in the trades or in 4-H
or involved with agriculture. So 4-H and FFA will get favor as well. And then, of course, obviously, your participation in the community, doing community service of any kind. So those kind of things will give you more favor. And right now we're sitting at 3 of them. I hope to have, by the end of the year, I hope to have 5 of $2,000 each.
Okay. So that's great.
And that can be used on, anything.
Any school
related to,
Yep. And it goes through Montrose Outreach, so they run all the money. So you don't have to worry about, is Don Martin, when's he going to send me that check?
Right. Yeah, you fund the account.
They run it all.
So distribute the funds.
So when people see you around town wearing a fancy new hat, they know that you paid for that. That didn't come out of the scholarship.
That didn't come out of the scholarship. No, 100% goes to the kids. So it's.
Does our rodeo have a scholarship?
I don't know if they do.
Okay.
CPRA does, which is the
organization
agency on that.
Okay. And how can so you said that Doug from Clear Networks is a co-sponsoring.
Yeah, I put it out there, and actually I haven't advertised them that much. So if anybody's out there,
well, that's what I was going to say. Is how can people get in touch with you?
So what I put out there, and Doug was the only one that took me up on it so far, but if anybody wants to participate in a scholarship of this nature, but don't have the time or the expertise or the whatever, and I will match any funds. So they put up half of a scholarship, and I match the other half. And then that's open to anybody if they want to do a matching fund scholarship. They can put up 1,000. I'll put up 1,000.
Can people get in touch with you via the website, your website, which is donmartinrealtor.com, right?
Yes.
So you have an email, and there's a phone number on there too.
Yep, and there's a scholarship page on there that tells a little bit more about it.
Well, we'll share that link in the bio of this episode. But
it's all for the kids. That's and it's open to the whole Western Colorado. So we're not. It doesn't have to be from Montrose. So anybody on the Western.
Well, I think
can we petition to keep it in like at least Montrose County?
Don't talk to me.
Nucla, Natarita, Montrose. Anyway.
I actually went up and judged the dessert thing up in Natarita for the 4-H up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fun.
That seems like a good gig. How do I get that gig?
Yeah, I knew that would pique your interest.
Judging desserts?
Yeah.
Listen, you can make all the fat jokes you want, Rob. I don't mind being a person of size. Let's put it that way.
Right. It's called being healthy.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking, though, because Don mentioned that AI is going to take a lot of jobs.
Yeah, it might take my job.
We're done. I mean, this stuff that we put out, I mean, AI can make better stuff than this right now.
Well, AI could produce WKRP all by itself.
Yeah, it can create two idiot
You know
avatars.
what? Yeah, it could create the avatars, but it wouldn't fill your seat.
See,
that's the problem. It wouldn't be on your side.
So much.
Yeah, we're in trouble, but
all right, let's go back to trade school.
Yeah, well, so is there what pushed you in that direction to want to try to create some focus on that? I mean, there's the obvious, right?
Well, there's a need.
So,
well, I had a home improvement in business in Minnesota for 30 plus years, and I just see it every day. There's just everybody's looking for more help in the trades, and then. Having 3 kids that went to college and saw that price tag,
Right. Well, like you said, it's not accessible to everybody.
Right.
And so there has to be an alternative for families that don't have that path.
Well, one of the things that I noticed too about a lot of the scholarship programs at the high schools themselves, the same few kids get all the scholarships.
Seem to get most of them, right?
To get most of them. And they're going for the college stuff. And so that one of the other part of it is going to be need, so that if they're getting 20,000 in scholarships or they're getting a full ride from somebody, that's probably going to take them down a few pegs on the list or whatever.
Right. So it's kind of I think that's a good way to do it, because like you said, it's a zero-sum game sometimes where some kids will get everything, and I like the idea of testing it based on need. I think that's a great idea.
Right on. Well, so the question, as somebody that's relatively new to the community and coming from the Front Range, and we talked about like closing a little bit of this, like closing the gate behind us.
Right.
Are you a close the gate behind you guy? Like you just got here.
Well, being in the real estate business, that's probably not a good idea.
No, exactly.
So in that vein, then, like, what do you think is like should be next for Montrose? We got a lot of things coming this way. There's going to be some new stuff opening on Main Street. There's new developments. There's new properties that have been in families, like big parcel lots that are coming up for sale. What do you think Montrose is going to look like in 5 years from now?
Well, you're not going to recognize it, that's for sure, because already, just in the 5 years I've been here, it's changed a ton.
Yeah.
I feel so. Excuse me. I feel sorry for the youth.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought my first house for $39,000. Those days don't.
That's not even
anymore.
a down payment now.
You can't even buy a lot for that. Excuse me. So we need more inventory to help the prices come down, but problem is there's still, somebody sold a 2-bedroom condo in California for $3 million. They got a little cash.
Right.
They're coming and buying whatever they want, and that keeps the prices up a bit artificially in this area.
So let's dive into that for just a quick second. There's a real problem, and I think this is a disconnect that happens here in Montrose in the sense that we need more multifamily housing.
Big time, yeah.
Like we really do. Yep. And people don't want to have this conversation, and I'm not really sure why. A lot of people, are really adverse to some of the projects that have been built, and thank goodness they're there, right?
Right.
Because otherwise we have a housing issue in Montrose, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. Yeah. But specifically, you mentioned it. let's call it the age group from 20, let's just say from 18 to 27 right now. There's a scenario where do they live?
Right.
Yep.
And here's the flip side of that I don't think our community is paying attention to. Who do you think is taking the service jobs? Who do you think is taking care of you when you want to go out and do things, right?
Yep.
It's those people. Yep. And we're not paying attention to making sure that they have a place to live, that they have a place to, contribute and be a part of this community.
Yeah. Where do they live? I mean, how do they pay? You expect them to rent at a young age, but the rental market here is crazy. Like, it's expensive. And if you're a server, you're trying to stay in school, or if you work in a restaurant full time, is that enough to be able to pay your bills? Car payment, car insurance, rent, and suddenly you got no money left.
Mm-hmm.
It's, and then of course, maybe the prices of things go up because we need to pay people more, and people complain that things are getting more expensive.
So, do
it's
you
a
see?
vicious circle?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you see? I mean, this may not be your specific, speciality as a realtor. But do you see people starting to pay attention to that issue?
They are. Maybe not the right people are paying attention to it. The people on the receiving end are definitely feeling paying attention. But it's the supply and demand. I mean, basically the billionaires are pushing people out of pushing the millionaires out of Telluride. They're going to Ridgeway and Uray, and those people that were there are getting pushed out and coming here.
Right.
We have servers that are working in Telluride that live in Delta.
Yeah.
And they travel that every day. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. It's a difficult thing. We do have some transportation services that are helping, like, trying to figure that out.
Right.
Because it is an issue, because we've got so many people doing that.
The other thing is, though, is that issue, if you live in Delta and work in Telluride, the wealth gap between those places is astonishing. But what you get paid there is still likely not enough for you to have a really lovely, comfortable living in Delta. No. I don't know if those people are able to save money for a deposit to buy a house one day, or they kind of live in paycheck to paycheck, even though they work in Telluride but live in Delta.
Yep.
Where can you? I don't know the solution. I don't know.
Somebody smarter than me. Maybe we should ask AI. See what it comes up with.
Yeah.
No, they're building stuff in Nucla and Natarita up in that area too, because same thing. The service people can live there a lot cheaper than they could. You just can't live.
And then of course you have this. You spend a good amount of your life traveling to and from a place where you work to get enough money to be able to live.
Right.
Like that's not living.
You know what? I've started in the last year. I've had several clients that I'm working with currently too, that I think we're going to see a regeneration of is generational living. I got into an argument with a guy the other day who said something smart about, kids living in his parents' basement. I'm like, dude, he has to.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a lot of people looking for that, or ADUs, additional living. Montrose County and City are very big on that.
You can have one, is that right? Yeah. In Montrose.
But they've made some changes recently to make it more accessible or plausible for a homeowner to, because that's a good point. The city has recognized the city has recognized and the county has recognized. But you see more of this in the city, specifically like 1st to 5th, south and north, streets or whatever.
Right.
Is we have a lot of these dilapidated garage alley buildings that are there.
Yes.
Those make perfect.
Yeah.
Like 1-bedroom apartment opportunities.
But are there rules around? Who you can rent to and the price, the price you can ask?
No, there's not yet.
So that's another issue, is you can build an ADU and it can be a second income for a family. But
and end up on Airbnb and not necessarily.
If you're asking for $1,500 for a 1-bedroom, I mean, that's not helping.
You can't.
But what do you do?
From somebody's property and what they can and cannot charge, I don't know if I want to go down that road, but I do like the idea of, like, creating programs that incentivize people to say,
it's a start, right? It's
right.
an inventory thing.
Yeah.
We have places, the pricing. Yeah, that's
so if you guys don't know, just go to the city website. You can literally use their search bar and type in ADU, and you'll find a lot of information about that. So if you've got or if you've recently purchased a property and are looking at that, garage out there and going, maybe I'll get to it someday. Like, there's a real opportunity for you.
Maybe we'll bring this up with everyone's favorite city manager.
Oh, Mr. Dave Frank. Yeah.
City manager.
Manager, singular.
Dave Frank isn't the city manager.
Oh,
Bill
Bell. Sorry. I thought you were going to say everybody's.
No, well, because Bill isn't everybody's city manager, is he? Every time we have him on, just an FYI, every time we have Bill on, he's been on a few times, we ask the public what they would like us to ask him. And routinely somebody says, ask him if he wants to quit today. It's funny. But that is a good issue to bring up.
Yeah.
Because it's
all right, so stay tuned.
It is a problem already. So. Yeah. And it's one tiny piece of the puzzle that goes towards solving that, I think.
Well, Don, thank you for coming and sitting. We call it the Wheelie Nice Couch. You don't really have an issue that everybody else does. You're a large man. Your feet touch the floor.
A large personality, too.
Yeah, big personality. Before we let you go, there's two things. Number one, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Rob hates when I do this to people. Can we get any kind of auction call before before you leave? I mean, it's okay if you stumble over it. I don't want to, but you are putting it out there to the world. You can say no, by the way.
You can say no, and then we'll just dub something over the top
and make it a lady's voice.
All right, yeah, there we go. And then number two is usually trying to challenge somebody else to come sit in that seat. Okay. And so when you do, you got to look in the camera over there. And I imagine the one straight there in front of you. I imagine with the group, you got to know somebody that hasn't sat in that seat yet that we should talk to. So
yeah, for sure. We got 300 and some of them. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make this even better. If you got 3 or 4, can you do them like real fast auction style and tell them to be, I'm trying to think like, hey Ryan, hey Ryan, hey John, hey Val.
You don't need to do it.
Okay,
we have the mice.
I want to show them how difficult it is to even try. I watch me stumble.
This one, Instead of numbers, I got to use names. Sell right now. What do you give me boys? 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 30.
Sold.
40.
I can understand why you have to take a course. You have to and practice, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Plus, you got to keep track of the people that are going.
Well, that too.
Raising their hand and what dollar amount and bid you're at, and
I love it. I never thought we'd get an auctioneer on.
I like ringing better. They call that ring man. Well, in the crowd, I like working the crowd better than I like calling.
Oh, were you yelling back?
Yeah.
Like, hey!
And then you get them going. Don't let him buy with that. You're not let him buy with that.
Oh, you're egging. That's right. You get to egg on the buyer. Yeah. You're not going to let them get away. Come on. It's only another 100. Throw it in there. Let's go.
The charity ones are just awesome because I got $1,500 for a plate of chocolate chip cookies one time. So, I mean, you can just really go crazy because then it's about pride. Yeah, it's not about I want the cookies. It's about I want the know I bought them cookies. So yeah.
All right, who from big do you think will be good to?
Well, I think we got tons of them. Mike from the Screen Medic.
The Screen Medic. Does he fix broken screens?
No, window screens.
Window screens.
Yeah.
Oh, at home.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Holmes. He's great.
Have you ever tried to replace the screen on your?
It's annoying.
That sucks.
Really, he's got sunshades and he's got all the things, doors, screen doors, and all the things. But yeah, he does. So Mike, come on down. Another Mike from Unrivaled Plumbing. He'd be a good one to have down. He's a talker too.
That's a good point. We haven't had really anybody. Have we had a tradesperson?
We had anyone called Mike on the mic?
I mean, Mike on the mic.
We'll get Mike the plumber and Mike the Screen Medic then.
Maybe we should get them on at the same time.
Yeah, double mic.
2 mics. 2 mics and a mic.
There you go.
That's its own podcast. All right.
Speaking of which,
we'll get them on.
We are looking. I know we teased about AI taking these seats, but we are looking for DJs to come on and bring your show on WKRP. Here he goes. Here's the face.
It's just he says DJ. That's not what he means.
That's what I mean.
Do you have an idea for a podcast of your own?
Yeah,
we can help maybe facilitate that and get it. But
we should talk about that. I'm in the process of working with a company out of Delta. Actually, they do fire mitigation, and right now in the real estate industry, that's a huge things with all the fires going on. So it's like more of an educational thing. So maybe we should work on that.
Yeah, we could talk about that for sure.
Yeah. So if you've got an idea for a podcast to be your own DJ of your podcast, come on or let us know 970-316-3162 or email. Do we email? We don't do email. No, DM us messages. We're part of the new generation.
Yeah.
DM us on Instagram at WKRP Montrose.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it.
Facebook or Instagram.
And
all right. We might get back to.
Or AI will.
Yeah, AI will. Charlie P. Turing will get back to you.
You'll know if it's Dennis or not because there'll be typos all over the place.
It'll sound illegible. You'll probably have a difficult time reading it. Right. Yeah, my grammar's not much better than my English.
Oof. Yeah. You proved your own point there. Good work.
That was almost a Minnesota thing. Oofta.
Oof.
Yeah, put the duh.
You would have been a good Minnesotan. You would.
I don't know what that means really.
Yeah. You just, actually you'd be horrible. You'd be like the town because Minnesotans are nice. So you'd be like the town grump that walked around.
I know a couple of people from Minnesota, one especially who isn't that nice.
I bet you they're really nice.
I'm going to send this clip to her.
It's the fact that they know you that's probably the reason why they're fighting against their Minnesotan genes.
Circumstances.
Wrap it up.
All right. Okay. Don, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. That's been another episode of WKRP Montrose, guys. We'll see you soon.